Welcome back from your measuring adventure. So the next part that we're going to look at is what you're going to draw on, what type of paper. There are quite a lot of things that you could do. The main thing is it has to have lines on it, and that avoids having to have a drafting table and a T-square and all of those things that are in the traditional landscape design industry. That's how you get started, and then of course everyone's doing it on CAD these days. But I find if you can just use some grid paper, you'll get it done quickly and easily, and you can make copies of it and take measurements from it, and it'll work just fine. So what we used on the clipboard was just your regular packs of drafting paper. Could come from the dollar store, your little packs of grid that are 8.5 by 11. And I actually started using these when I first was designing, because I just thought it would be quicker and easier if I just drew it on some small pages. So what I used to do is put the two of them together, line up the squares, and use some tape. So my favorite tape is the Scotch Magic Tape, because what you'll find is that it can be written on and erased, so it works quite well. I usually put a couple small pieces because it has kind of a static cling and jumps up when you try to tape it. So there you go. So you can put 2 pieces, 4 pieces, 6 pieces together, whatever it is you like. So when we're looking at the size that you'll actually need to do a property like this, I would probably put 2 side by side, and you'd need probably 8 pieces of paper to get it to be the right size. So I'll show you that you can write on this, and you can erase it if you have a good eraser, and it will work quite well. So don't be afraid to just spend a couple of dollars and get yourself some inexpensive grid paper. You can get larger grid paper. I found this one, it says 4 squares to the inch, and that's ideal if you're doing imperial measuring. It actually makes sense when you're using that scale. But again, I find if you just have something with lines on it, works great. Now the next level up in paper is cross-section paper, and you can see that this is 20-pound acid-free, and it is not a vellum, which we'll look at in a minute, but this one has lighter colored lines. And what happens with this kind of paper with that type of really light blue line is that you won't see the lines when you make photocopies, or they're very faint. And so that's kind of an advantage. So if we look at, you know, this sort of thing, you would need only 2 pieces of paper out of this pad to make the drawing that we need. So again, you could tape these 2 together and have a nice big sheet of paper. And then the paper that I use is on a roll, so it's quite large, and you can see you just unroll quite a lot of it. Now this paper is vellum, and vellum has a really nice erasable, drawable quality to it. You can see the lines are really quite faint, but they're really useful for guiding your pencil and ruler. And I can erase and draw hard, and it doesn't wreck this kind of paper, so it's worth the extra money. I did do some pricing on it, and this of course is just a few dollars each for the 8.5 by 11, and then the 11 by 17 you could get it's $10 for 100 sheets of paper, so that would last you a long time. And the cross-section paper, that goes up quite a bit, so you'll get 50 sheets for $33. And this roll of paper, I get it 3 feet wide by 150 feet long, and that will cost just a little over $200. So it depends on how much drawing you're going to do, which one you're going to go after. So what we're going to do is get rid of these ones, and we're going to use a big piece So when you draw with this kind of paper, it can be a little bit rolled up when it gets to the end of the roll. So what I would generally do is do a quick calculation and see, do I get to draw on it sideways? In this case, it's not quite long enough, so I'm going to draw on it the other way. So that's vellum and paper, regular paper, 20 pound, and then lighter, and you can use whatever works for you.